let's start at the beginning. Traditionally, you have a power station, it generates power, it comes across the national grid network, and it gets passed to the distribution network, and then we pass it on to you, the consumer, to use. And it's always been that one-way flow for years and years and years and years. Now, a smart grid is the next evolution. The potential for two-way power, where your car battery, solar panels, could put power back into the grid.
By making temporary changes to the way that we use, store or generate power at the grid edge, we can help smooth those peaks and troughs in energy use.
Encouraging people to use electricity at a time that is good for the grid.
Smart grids are much more resilient. So if there's a fault, the technology detects the fault, the grid responds.
And smart grids are going to be absolutely essential for the energy transition and to help deliver a net zero world.
Climate change is going to affect everybody because carbon dioxide knows no boundaries.
There is no more time to discuss and debate. We need to find a route and a path to bring the targets actually into a reality.
We're at an absolutely critical point, and so we need to collaborate internationally to find global solutions to this global crisis.
That's why SSE is delighted to be working with a number of other major operators to build an international community for local smart grids.
We're all at different places in the development of our energy systems, and translating that back into our own communities, we can really accelerate our learning.
The smart grid coordinates a whole heap of those decentralised technologies, whether they be EVs, batteries, PV on the roof, and allows those all to be harnessed to deliver that net zero outcome.
And we want to work very closely with communities to understand the pace and the challenge and the needs. A solution in a rural part of the country may be very different to a solution in a city centre. So collaboration is a real opportunity for us to not do things hundreds of times and learn and share with each other.
So that not only the grids are learning from each other, but the communities are learning from each other.
The behavior of people has changed in terms of use of electricity. This is why we need to include them in this journey to be 100% sure we have included all their needs.
We know where we need to get to. The question is, how do we get there and how quickly?
But I think now there's much more awareness that we need many more technologies. Awareness that we need the smart grid to coordinate those technologies.
A lot of the change in the energy transition that we'll see in order to help us get to net zero is going to take place on the electricity network.
It's about local action and being able to enable and empower people locally.
We've got to work together to find solutions that meet the needs of all those individuals, the businesses and the organisations and communities in a way that is also working for the network. We've got to collaborate, we've got to understand the challenges and the barriers that we all face if we're going to find solutions that work, and we've got to find solutions if we're going to tackle climate change.